Media Center by Danica Patrick. So if you're working in the deadline room and you need Danica, come on over, and she will be here for you. Danica, welcome back.
Thank you.
4-month absence. Back in the stock car. Your impressions after first practice?
You know, getting up to speed slowly but surely. I'm trying to get comfortable with the car and the track, and it doesn't do any good for me to go out there and do something silly and cut my practice short. So just building up, and feels fine. I'm just working on getting comfortable into the corner. As far as I can hear, it seems okay getting off, but I just need to work on getting in and getting comfortable and getting confident, because I just lacking a little confidence on entry. But everybody's been great. I mean, we're rolling into the track yesterday. Everybody was hanging out, drinking, watching everybody come in, and it's a good atmosphere. So it's good to be back.
Excellent. Questions for Danica? Please raise your hand where I can see you. Very tall, and so Don can get the microphone to you. Go ahead, Brad.
Danica, Brad Gilley, PRN. What's a realistic goal for you tomorrow? If you leave here tomorrow with this happening, what will satisfy you?
Well, I've been kind of saying that if I can finish sort of in the top 15 or 20, it'll probably be something that I should be happy with at the end of the day. And it doesn't mean that those will always be my goals, but I think that in the beginning it should be. And it's the weekends don't progress as fast as they should if I was comfortable and I had been here before, because I was just done telling Tony Jr. that if you can't set the car up for me perfect. I won't be able to take that to the limit. You have to really set it up really, really tight for me so that I can build confidence, and we're going to end up working backwards and, probably, getting the car to rotate more and more every session. I think Vegas was a good example for me of that. We started with the car really tight, and we just kept bringing it back, but I was up to speed much quicker. And so I think that, it's going to be a slower process. It's not just going to happen, and it's not like I'm just going to come out to all these tracks and be right on it. And so it's, it's not going to be able to be a winning car really because of me, because I have so much to learn. So I think top 15 or 20 will be something that I'll be happy with at the end of the day. And of course, staying out of trouble, as I've found, is not always the easiest. So staying out of trouble.
Pockrass.
Bob Pockrass, SceneDaily.com. Is it a matter of just where to brake going into the corner, and then is the car feeling like it's gonna spin out on you when you're going in?
Well, with these cars, I also don't know where the limit necessarily is, and what's the funny about the 2 times that I've crossed that line is that you don't know when that's coming. I can get it loose and move it around and push up the track or whatever through the corner, but the times that it goes, there's really not a lot of warning. So it's a bit of an intimidating thing, and I know that I need the laps. So for me, it's I'm they tell me that I look good getting mid off the corner, and it's really, for me, it's about braking later, deeper, harder, shorter, getting off the brake, carrying speed, and at this point in time, the rear just doesn't feel comfortable enough for me to do that. And if there's one thing that I've learned in all of my years of racing, and especially at a top level of racing, is that if you don't feel it, don't do it. It's not there. You need to make it for you. And obviously Tony and I, this is the first race on a short oval with each other, so we have learning to do, and we're gonna do that real as fast as we can, but I'm gonna make it go steadily, I'm sure.
Ray has the next question.
Ray Duckliff from the Concord Monitor. As a groundbreaking person, you're knocking down barriers as a woman in a man's sport. That has meant celebrity, fame, endorsements. It's also meant doing this a lot, what we're doing now. Can you just comment on the good and the bad of being Danica Patrick?
Well, honestly, there's a lot of really great stuff. I'm very lucky. I get to do something that I love every day. I want to go to work, and if you can call it that. I get to meet a lot of wonderful people. I get to do a lot of amazing things, see a lot of great things. travel in style and, get nice tables at restaurants and upgrades at hotels. And, I have a really wonderful lifestyle. And, the other side of it is really probably just, and I don't mind doing this either. I enjoy this. I want to talk to you guys, and I'm flattered you want to talk to me. So I'm happy doing this. This is a plus for me. This isn't a negative. The only time I get caught is if they talk to me too soon after the race or after something happens. But and then it becomes a negative. But probably really the only thing is just privacy. It's the hoops that you have to jump through to keep your name off of your house or whatever. Those kinds of things are privacy issues that there's a lot of them. You always have to be careful. Just little things like, I don't know, I would never buy anything online with my credit card and my address and my name. I mean, just things that, easily come and go. I mean, anytime I have to sign my name and address on something, I'm like, I don't know what to put. I'm not going to put my home address, so just silly stuff. But I would say, for sure, it's much better than it is bad, and I'm a lucky girl.
We'll go Lee, and then I saw Vega's hand. I guess we'll go Vega. Vega?
Hey, Danica. Mike Vega,
Hi.
Boston Globe. How are you? You talked earlier in the week about coming here and gaining some, knowledge from your previous experience at Milwaukee. Was that a kind of night and day experience for you, coming from having to draw upon that and then building some frame of reference here in your first few laps around the track?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've driven Milwaukee in an Indy car and tested in a stock car, and they're definitely similar here and there. It's and actually I'm facing a lot of the same things that I faced at Milwaukee running with just getting into the corner. So, I mean, there's some very specific things that I need as a driver, and I'll be the first to say that I'm not one that will overcome these issues that well. I'm not going to drive above them, and that's getting into the corner and keeping the rear end underneath me. I mean, I'll drive with as much push as you want to give me. I can still be all right, but I cannot drive with the car loose on entry. So, once we get over that, I'm sure that the time for me usually kind of lops off, and all of a sudden it'll be good. So, it's a learning process, and it's a learning process for Tony Jr. as well to have the discipline to not come here with a car that may be just right, but something that's maybe a little more conservative and more comfortable for me.